Hello, everyone. Welcome to our modern marriage. Today, we will be talking about culture differences
and concerts.
Mm-hmm. It should be interesting.
We are back again. Kind of a mixed bag tonight. First off, it is nighttime. We're going to try this out. We got us a little backlighting going on. Going to see how this works. But why don't we continue on the topic that I started on, but we weren't able to finish before because the camera died on us.
And what was that?
What's it like being married to a white man?
What's it like being married to a white man? And I say, what white man?
What white man? Okay.
I don't look at you as a white man. I look at you as a man. But
I agree with that. I mean, I do. It's the same on my end. I mean, just like when you came to my house the first time, it didn't even dawn on me that you were African American. You know, it didn't dawn on me. Didn't even think about it. And I can see how it's that way for you.
Hell, you're the blackest white man I know. One would say that you're blacker than me.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Because my sister always said that I dance like a white girl and act like a white girl. I don't know. All my life I got that. And I'm just
disagree. I disagree with the dance like a white girl thing. I can 100% argue that fact with proof.
She was saying I had no rhythm.
Yeah, she's wrong. Because if that's true, then neither one of us have rhythm because we match our styles. You know, that's one thing that always falls in line. When we go dancing, it's natural and it's comfortable. You know, I do think that stereotypes play heavy into the whole notion there. You know, I guess your sister would say that you're on the uppity side.
She said that too.
You act like a white girl.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I am.
Yeah.
I act like me.
Exactly. Yeah, I can agree.
And
you are something special.
I think she say that because I don't know. I like nice things. You know, I wouldn't say I'm uppity, but I know what I like, and I work hard for what I get. And
would you say that you got standards that are not bendable? Like you don't, like, you know, you got a certain level that you want things to be at, and if it's not there, you're not going to settle for it.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's a good way of putting it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm not so on that level.
No.
I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I like nice things and I enjoy certain aspects, but I am okay with certain things not being completely up to par. Mm-hmm. You know.
And sometimes with me, that can present a problem of me, like when we go out to eat.
That's a big.
And I know you get aggravated sometimes with me.
I don't get aggravated. I mean, I completely understand. I understand the sentiment, and so talk a little bit about it because you know they need to understand where we're coming from.
So when we go out to eat, like even though like on date night, if we go out to eat on date night, and we go to a nice restaurant, probably like, you know, a nice restaurant or something, and I order something and it doesn't come out the way that I asked for it to come out, or, you know, then I'm like, I'm not eating that. I don't like to send food back because I don't know what they might do to the food, but I just be like, I send it back, and then they say, "Oh, do you want me to prepare you something else?" Like, no, I'm not getting anything. I'm just not gonna eat.
Yeah, there's certain stipulations and expectations that you have, and like I said, I completely understand the sentiment. I came up, differently. I can't.
You didn't come up differently.
I'm talking
I came
about
up the same way.
Yeah, but so like my Navy life,
Yeah.
okay? Because my life, don't get me wrong, my teenage years were amazing. I had a great teenage life or whatever, but I really didn't get out on my own and start determining who I was until I got out in the Navy. And I had to find myself and figure out who I was and all that stuff. And you don't always, none of that applies. I did 12 years, so what you get is what you get. Oh yeah, it's steak and lobster night. Well, this steak is overcooked. Sorry, that's all you get. Well, the lobster is not really that. Something's wrong. Well, sorry, get what you get. That's just how it is. And
like you eat it or you don't eat it.
Right.
I don't care.
And you in that case wouldn't eat it. But me, I just kind of learned to, I just settle into things like that. And when we go to a restaurant, if my steak comes out medium rare instead of medium, or a little more rare or a little more done than medium, because we both like our steaks medium, I'm okay with that. As long as the flavor is there, as long as it's not tough, and I'm okay with that. If it comes out a little undercooked or a little overcooked, you're done. You won't eat.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't get aggravated with it. I understand the sentiment, and I'll back you 100% the whole time. I'm not gonna, go against you, but I just, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
Other things like, well, now this one I can understand, but and it's happened a lot lately. Like just about every time we go out to a restaurant and we've ordered an appetizer, it always comes out with the meal.
Yeah, see, that's one of my things too.
Yeah.
And so here lately I've been saying, if it comes out with the meal, I don't want it.
Don't want it. Mm-hmm.
Because appetizer is supposed to come out before the meal, because I'm like, I want something to eat now. I'm hungry now, so I order appetizer. And here lately it's been coming out with the meal or even after the meal.
Yeah, like the last 3 or 4 times we've ate, well, not counting the couple times in Dunedin, but it seems like it's just happening all the time. Oh, we're sorry, here it is, we're sorry. Salad. Same thing with the salads.
Salads.
Okay, you order a salad, you want it kind of before the meal. Oh, sorry, here's your salad, Well, it's too late now.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. I don't know, what else is like?
Taste in music.
Taste in music.
Taste in music. So I like what I like, and most of it is, well, I don't default to it. I got a very eclectic music, taste. I like a little bit of everything, but typically you'll find me listening to Rick Ross or gangster rap type music.
Yeah.
I do listen to rock, I listen to country, I listen to, 60s, 70s, 80s, R&B, but my default is typically some kind of a gangster rap type music. Yours is not.
No. Now, I listen to everything because I'm a big believer that you should have a wider range of music selection that so that if you're in any situation, like any group of people, that you'll feel comfortable, you'll fit in.
That makes sense. It's important for a social setting. Mm-hmm.
Awkward or something. So I listen to everything. Mm-hmm. Like country, jazz, blues, R&B, some hip hop. I listen to everything.
It makes a difference. So we're in a lot of different social circles. We do a lot of networking. We talk to a lot of different people from all kinds of different crowds and upbringings and backgrounds, and having that familiarity with the music and stuff that they like, and then being able to enjoy it ourselves. It's not just hearing the music and knowing of it, but enjoying the music. You enjoy the music that they enjoy. It's just another level of connection. It really helps.
I remember when the girls was younger, and we was on a long car ride traveling to something, and I would put on country music, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, here we go again." But as I continued to keep doing that, they listened, and they was like, this music, it tells a story. Yes, it does. And they began to like some of it. I wouldn't say they like all of it.
No.
I wouldn't say their first go-to now is, I'm going to listen to country. No. But they're
familiar with it.
Yeah. They're familiar with some songs that would come on, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, my mom's play that."
I've heard the story of Delilah from all the time too.
Delilah was my go-to. I used to listen to Delilah every night. Delilah. And everywhere we moved, I found Delilah.
Oh yeah, she's on everywhere.
Like, she's here, but I haven't listened to Delilah since I lived here.
Yeah, you don't hear very often anymore.
No, but I did come across it one day. I was, turning the radio or whatever, and I heard Delilah. I was like, Delilah. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful night. I've got a letter here.
Yeah. So, anywhere I go, I can kind of fit in. Like, we go to country concerts.
We've done everything from backwoods bonfires to big corporate events. Everything, and we're just naturally,
fit
just
right
roll.
in.
Yep, roll with the punches.
I'm singing the songs with everybody else. And they're looking at me like, and I think I know more than you.
Yeah,
I know
at
more
this point, because I'm not up on like a lot of the, I don't know. Country hit this phase where it just doesn't feel like country to me anymore. I came up on Alan Jackson and Garth Brooks and Brooks and Dunn and Reba McEntire,
George Strait.
Yeah, George Strait. Yeah,
Conway Twitty.
See, now it's going way back, but yeah. My grandma used to love Conway Twitty. My sister will tell you about that. We'd sit in her house and we'd be over there visiting, and she'd have us play. It was I don't remember if it was a cassette or an 8-track or a record, but she'd have us play Conway Twitty over and over and over again. But that's the country music I grew up on, and then there was some kind of a shift. It became this new age country, and there's some of it that's okay, and some of it that I like. But not all of it. There's a lot.
Well, how you feel about Post Malone switching over to country? What do you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure about Post Malone just yet. I liked a lot of his rap music.
I don't know any of his rap music.
Yeah, I liked a lot of his music before he switched over to country.
But I like his country music.
And he's got a voice. He can sing.
Yes.
He proved that before he switched over to country. I don't know if he's just riding the wave like Beyonce tried to do.
I don't think Beyonce is from Texas. Beyonce's been in country, but she just never came out doing country music. She even took a different way. But
but even the song she tried to come out with is not country. This ain't Texas. That is not country. That song she's got is not country. It's new age, like pop music is really what it is. It's not country. You got throwbacks. Well, I won't say throwbacks, but you got people like Chris Stapleton coming out now. That is country.
I like Chris Stapleton.
Luke
Combs.
Luke Combs. Yes, I can do Luke Combs.
Yeah.
There's even like Morgan Wallen is not.
I like Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, he's not an old school country guy.
No,
you know, like
Morgan
Chris
Wallen
Stapleton and all.
too.
He's kind of a newer country guy, but it's still like there's an old school feel to it, like a telling a story. You know, and I can go with some of that, but a lot of this new stuff, I just don't care for. I don't. I'd rather
the
listen to
concert
90s
we
R&B.
went to with Britt Young and did you like that concert?
It was okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed
It's
it.
okay. Yeah.
I loved it.
Concert and concerts are not a big thing for me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You go because I want to go. And
Mostly.
you go.
Mostly. I mean, I enjoy myself there and all, but yeah, I don't. With Bruno Mars being the exception. Bruno Mars
That was
and
the
Boyz II Men
best ever
was
concert.
probably one of the best concerts I have ever been to. I have
I would say
thoroughly
that
enjoyed
too. That
myself.
was the best concert I've ever went to.
You know, and I enjoyed the process of getting you there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an amazing trip. And kudos to him. Snaps.
Surprise trip.
'Cause, he did good with that one. As much as I've been talking about Bruno Mars, wanting to see Bruno Mars and Bruno Mars and Bruno Mars and Bruno Mars, and I was like, I'll never get to go see more Bruno Mars because shit. First off, it's expensive. I was like to see him, and if I was going to see him, I wasn't going to be in the nosebleed. So I was like, yeah, that ain't never happened. But he pulled that one off. His Bruno Mars Vegas residency. That was the best. Down to the first class plane tickets to go to Vegas. And
I tried to keep
then
it a surprise.
the limousine ride, the limousine that was waiting for us, and then stand in the Venetian.
We had a nice ass suite in the Venetian.
Yes, it was amazing. He did good, and the front row seats. The seats was amazing. Bruno
We had
Mars,
better than front row. It
was. The seats was awesome. It was amazing. I saw everything.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know Boyz II Men was gonna be there. That was like double whammy because I wanted to see Boyz II Men also, and they opened up for Bruno Mars, and it was awesome. I was like, yes, and.
Yeah.
So, that concert, let me tell you, we waited and we got in there and we had good seats and nobody was in front of us. We had the best seats. And we had some young ladies next to us and they was all excited too. And we was like talking, I was talking to them, I was telling them, yeah, how we got there and everything. We was all happy. And so, I think it was when, I don't know if it was when Boyz II Men or when Bruno Mars started. I want to say when Bruno Mars started and we stood up and we was like, yes!
Yeah.
And we was like, and then
this was like 2 songs in or something like that. I think I know where you're going with it. Okay.
And then we get a tap from the back talking about, excuse me and the other young ladies, do you think can you guys sit down up here, please? Because we got some handicapped people in the back that can't see.
Mind you, we're first off, we're kind of catty corner to the stage, up level over the floor, and then the levels behind us go up. Behind, it's a stadium type setup. So their levels are going up behind us. So,
I was like, what? I was like, first of all, they were interrupting me and I was watching Bruno Mars and they were interrupting. Second off, if you knew you had handicapped people, why didn't you get the seats in front like we did? I was like, listen here, I'm sorry, but my husband paid good money for these seats for me to watch this concert, and I'm gonna stand up if I want to, and I'm gonna watch this concert. I was like, no, ma'am. And the young ladies next to me, They were Caucasians.
Yeah, they were.
And they was like, period. You should have brought tickets up here.
They was real quiet until Drea started talking, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah,
like,
okay.
Oh, period. You should have brought tickets up here like we did. So stop bothering us.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
That,
but no.
At first, like, your natural sentiment.
I felt bad.
Yeah, well, it's your natural sentiment. Somebody's
like,
handicapped. You want to try to do what you can to help them out, but at the same time, they could have much better prepared for that. And you should know that at this concert, everybody's going to be standing up. So don't come to us four in the front row and ask us to sit down because you chose bad seats.
Yes. And I was like, I'm sorry, but no, I am not sitting down. I waited for so long, this concert.
We've got our two boys, our twin boys are special needs, and so, we're not trying to be hard up against, but our boys are special needs, and we know that when we're going to do something like that, we need to prepare. And we do. You don't make an assumption that people around you are gonna cater to you and that's just not the way the world works. No, especially if they paid good money for something. They had to have. That section we were sitting in, they could have got this. They could have actually got the same seats for cheaper in the handicap section. I know because I priced them. So, but yes, that was a great concert. It was. Even without the little hiccup, but it was still. We still enjoyed ourselves. Back at what you said, our sons. So when we prepare, we go on vacation or something, like we took them to Orlando, and then we took them to a couple of shows like Medieval Times and stuff. We get front row seating. We pay for it because we know they're handicapped, and that if somebody sits in front of us and they stand up or something happens, they're not going to be able to see. Exactly. So we get front row seats. And we don't even ask for the handicap seats or anything because our boys, we use wheelchairs to get around and stuff, but they can still walk short distances. They're still, they're still able to kind of move themselves around and everything. So we accommodate others to leave that open for people who really need it. Yes. So we get regular seats and we pay for it, but up front. Like when we took them to Medieval Times, and then we took them to the Pirates Dinner Show? Yeah, the Pirates Dinner Show. Oh, they loved that. They did. They got to be part of the show. Yep. They got a little boat ride in the show. Boat ride and got to be part of the show. They really enjoyed that. Yeah, they did. And so so we make accommodations, but going back to us, Bruno Mars. Yeah. Bruno Mars. Them two little white girls was like in love with our relationship for some reason. They were like, I love you too. You two are just so cute. I was like... And that happens everywhere too. And I don't know why, but... I don't know why either, but we just us. It's just like I was saying, dancing. If you got no rhythm, then I must not have rhythm either, because we just... I don't know. We just show out together. We do so well together. We mesh perfectly. We show out. It's funny. It's a sight to see. It is. Apparently. So everywhere we go, like even when we go on trips, like on our trips, we are the life of the party. Because I say I don't know any of these people. I'm probably never going to see them again. So I don't care. I'm going to have fun. Yeah. And we do. One thing I've noticed with white folks, people, like when I was in the Navy and everything else, white guys, the guys that I hang out with, the majority of them are scared to get up and dance in front of a crowd. They're scared to be the first one. Let me start it that way. They're scared to be the first one. I'm not. I have noticed that. That's one of the cultural differences. Whereas black folks don't care. It don't matter who's watching. It don't, We will get out there on that floor and dance. Even if it's by ourselves, we will get out there and dance. Like, because there's plenty of times I went out there by myself and I was like, hey. having a good time, and I don't know where the fear stems from. I don't know if it's shyness or embarrassment or I don't know where it stems from. I've just never had it. So, but cultural difference.
Yeah. So that concert, yeah, and then we went couple comedy shows. Cat Williams.
Cat Williams was a good I'm a big comedy fan.
Yes,
I love comedy.
That's his thing.
Yeah, I do. I love stand-up comedy. If it's a good comic, even if they're if they're a little better than mediocre, you typically find them funny. She's a little bit more of a stickler. They've got to be exceptional. Well, not exceptional, but they've got to be good. She doesn't stand for, low-level jokes. And I think Cat Williams, when he came to Pensacola, that was a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Mark Curry was on there.
Mark, yep.
I like Red.
Red?
Yeah, you know which one was Red.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The one that was the commentator or whatever, the one that was in it. He was hilarious. How he speak. He had me laughing just when he talked. Yeah, he had me dying laughing.
I was halfway expecting to catch a little bit of heckling just because I was, he was
mainly the only white person in the area.
In that area, yeah. And I know
we
they
had
could
front
see me. Yeah.
seats.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for it. I was here for it. I was here for it.
You was gonna let them talk shit about me?
No,
baby?
I was here for it. But they didn't.
I was surprised. Yep, they did. There was a couple of people they picked out of the crowd, but I just wasn't one of them for some reason.
That was funny. Went and seen. Oh, this is the most funniest thing ever. So went and saw R. Kelly some years back. We wasn't married.
No, that was way before.
Yeah, that was way before him. I went to the R. Kelly concert. It was in Mobile, Alabama, and we had front row seats or whatever, and he put on a good concert. I tell you that.
Oh, you told me this story. I'm gonna grab some wine. You need some more wine?
Yes.
Okay, here, hand me that.
He put on a good concert. I would say that, but R. Kelly, he came out, did the whole bed thing on stage, everything, this and that. He came out in the crowd, and one of his guys came up to me.
Was it like security?
I don't know if he was security, his entourage, whoever, but came up to me and was like, "Hey, R wants you to come backstage." And I looked around, everybody was like, "Girl, you better." I was like, "No, thank you." And he's like, the look on his face, like, "Really? You're saying no?" I was like,
that sounds just like you, though.
"No, thank you." And he was like, and then all the girls behind me said, I'll go. I was like, "No, thank you." And so he went back, and R. Kelly was on there singing down on the floor, and he was singing, and he went back over there, and the guy looked at him and was like, and he was like, and the look on his face, he was like, "Right, really?" I was like, "No." And this is before I even knew about all the stuff that he did.
Right, yeah.
Pissing on people and all that. But I was not like,
you wasn't gonna be the one.
No, well, I wasn't a groupie like, I'm gonna get back. I want to sleep. No,
That's where your standards and stuff comes in. You
I was
already
like,
knew.
No, I'm good.
You already knew.
But if that was Bruno Mars, I'd be like, yes, I'm there. No.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, but.
You might have been coming back to an empty Venetian suite.
Well, no, I'm talking about back then.
Oh, back then.
If that was a Bruno Mars concert and he came out,
you wouldn't be late if he was like, "Where's it?"
No.
Oh, come on now.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I know I'm handsome. I know I'm good at what I do. But we talking about Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but I'm married, and No. I'd have been like, oh, you should have kept me some years ago. But he is one of my persons, though. But
no.
Nah.
What's that list they call it where you're allowed to sleep with them if that ever happened? I don't remember.
What was it? We said that too. I did say that to you. I was like, babe,
he's on your list.
He's on my list. I said, you're going to have to, it's a forgiving list.
Yeah.
You got to forgive me on that one. A pass.
A pass.
Was it a pass?
Hall pass.
Hall pass.
Yeah, hall pass. So Bruno Mars, that's the number one on the hall pass, huh?
Yes.
You got a number 2 and 3?
Not really.
Not really?
No. It is Bruno Mars. Yeah. Not really.
Okay.
But, yeah, that was that hall pass. But you said you had one too, so a person.
Who was it? I remember it. This has been years.
Yeah, you said you had a person too. Who was it? And I was like, what? Who was that? And when you said, I was like, really? Can I think of who you said? It wasn't like Jasmine Guy or nothing like that.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, it wasn't her, but it was...
Probably Megan Good.
That's who it was. It was Megan Good.
Megan Good, yeah.
And I said, okay.
I've had a crush on Megan Good for a long time.
Megan Good is beautiful. Megan Good. I like Megan Good myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I could see that. I was like, okay. Megan Good. Yeah.
I think that's the only one, though.
Yeah, it was Megan Good.
Yeah.
At least you got a good one. Megan Good.
That's true. That's true.
Megan Good.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know, but
I tend to think I have a pretty good taste in women.
I will say so. But you know, I don't know.
You're a little biased.
I'm a little biased, but so the concerts.
So
different.
we got on that because we was talking about how I don't really care for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like a lot of it is. I feel like you can see more on TV. You watch a concert on TV, you get all the best views, you get best camera angles, up close and personal. You're at a concert, you're in row, 307, seat G, and it's like, I can see him, he's out there. Let me get my phone so I can zoom in. Or even if you're on floor, okay.
We're going to get into that. I know what you're about to say, this one.
The concert, at the Pensacola Civic Center. It was Morgan Wallen opening for, who was he opening for?
I don't even remember, but.
I don't either.
It's a country concert.
Yeah, and we went with Galen and Cynthia.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell this story.
I'm telling you, these country concerts, it
never fails. It never fails.
These people get drunk off their mind and then act stupid. Like, you would think, like, African American, us, would be like, at these concerts. No. They get sloppy drunk and act stupid.
Yep.
So go ahead with the story.
Okay. So me and Galen and her and Cynthia. So Galen was a coworker, still a buddy of mine. Him and Cynthia, that was his wife at the time. They invited us to this concert to go with them. So we got tickets. We went to the concert, and it was a really good concert.
And we had floors.
Right. This was standing area at the base of the stage. So the pit. So. We got in there and we was hanging around, standing in a good spot or whatever, and me and Galen went to go grab some drinks. So we're out there.
Let me back up for you. So mind it, Galen is like 6'5".
Yeah, he's a tall guy. He's a big guy.
He's 6'5", like built, muscular, Caucasian guy. Cynthia is about 5'5", 5'6".
She's about your height.
She's taller than me.
She's 5'6".
Okay. And she's
Marine.
A Marine. And she's black
like
and Spanish.
Yep. She's like an E7 or E8
yes.
Marines.
And so, and she's pretty girl. And so that was the first mistake, like, thing that we had to get through, because I'm with him and she was with Galen, and they was looking at us crazy anyway when we came in there. So
yeah, okay. So anyways, we got on the floor. We had a good spot. Me and Galen went to go grab. I'm telling you from my perspective, from what I saw. Okay, so, and then I'm going to let her tell her what actually happened on the inside. Because me and Galen went out for drinks. And we went out to the bar. We're standing in line at the bar. It was it intermission?
Yeah, it was intermission. Like, Morgan Wallen had
just performed? Okay, right, okay. So we went out, we're standing at the bar, we're waiting in line to get drinks. And we're sitting there and talking or whatever. Next thing you know, we see the doors from the center area like just burst open, and here comes cops and her and Cynthia and these other two girls being pulled out, hauled out, and like we're like, what the hell just happened? We've been gone for 5 minutes, what the hell just happened? And they said, oh, it was fight, whatever, and standing out there. So her and Cynthia were not drunk at all. They don't get that way. They don't get that way they handle themselves. 1, 2 drinks, plus it's expensive. You don't want to spend that much money there anyways. We know we can go party, here at the house or whatever afterwards. But they were calm and collected and just talking to the cops normally, while these other two girls were just belligerently just, yelling and screaming and just going all
cussing
out and, cussing. Acting stupid. So once we found out, there was a fight, and her and Cynthia told their side of the story, and the other two girls kept screaming and yelling and breaking it up. The manager, I guess, of the venue, I guess he was the manager of the Civic Center, was there, and he's like, look, you two seem calm and collected.
No, what he said was, the cop came over to us and the manager and said, what do you two want to do? Do you two want to go back in and finish the show, or do you guys want to leave? Right. I was like, we want to go back in and finish the show.
We paid money
for these tickets. And they was like, okay, go in. You two out.
Yeah.
The two girls out. Because, so this is what happened.
There we go. Okay.
They left. Soon as they left, there was these younger girls that was in front of us, had to be like 22 or something like that, and they were with their boyfriends. Their boyfriends left at the same time that they left to go get them drinks. And so anybody know is when somebody leave a spot, everybody want to crowd in to get their spot.
On the floor in the pit.
On the floor in the pit, they want to crowd in to get their spot. So the two young girls had their legs spread wide open trying to create a space so when they come back that they had space. Me and Cynthia didn't do that. We was standing there. We was like, oh, they're going to have space, whatever. We didn't even think about all that. And so the two drunk girls that was on the side that was trying to crowd in was talking, crazy to the two young girls, and they was just like, you could tell they were scared, like, because they were young, and these two was older. They had to be in their 30s or something, and they were like 20 something. So just drunk and saying, why you got your legs all open? Can't you see we trying to move up and blah blah blah? And they was like, well, we're trying to hold the space for our boyfriends. They went to go get us drinks, and they're coming right back, so we're just trying to hold space. They was like, well, you don't need to be holding space for nobody. Blah, blah. And me and Cynthia just sitting back here, and we just sitting here, and so I politely just told the girls, I said, just ignore them. They're drunk, so just ignore them and just do what you're doing. Don't worry about it. And so the girl wanted to turn to me and said, what you say? What you say? I said, I ignored her the first couple of times. And then she was like, told her friend, wait a minute, hold my drink. I was like, okay, so you want to hold your drink? So I was like, okay. I said, and what? She's going to hold your drink, and what? And what are you going to do when she holds your drink? She said, oh, you about to see. So then that's when Cynthia jumped in front of me.
Yeah, Cynthia ain't
and
no
the girl. And she said, she told the girl, she said, you guys are drunk. You guys need to go over there and mind your business over there and leave us alone over here. And the girl was like, and blah, 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 and in her face and stuff. And Cynthia was like, she didn't had enough of it. So the girl that was behind the girl that was running her mouth tried to do a swing around and hit Cynthia. Cynthia grabbed her up by her hair, threw her, and the fight was on. So them two, they're fighting. And so I'm standing there like letting them, and then the other girl, drunk girl, she come trying to charge me, running towards me. I politely just moved to the left, grabbed her by her hair, and was just holding her by her hair. Now, I could have pulverized this girl. So she's swinging, and I'm just holding her by her hair like this, and she's just still swinging. And not one time did I punch her, which I should have, but she's just swinging and swinging and swinging. And then here come the cops and everybody. Cynthia and them over there, they're on the floor now. They getting it there. Yep. And so I let her go. The cops come, and I'm like, just standing there. So then they go after to go get Cynthia and them off the floor from fighting. So then we get up, and everybody seen what happened. Yep. So they were like, no.
You're surrounded by 100 people all
these
watching.
two right here, they didn't do anything. These two were drunk, and they started everything. And da 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 da. So they was like, okay. So they bring us out, but they bring us all out.
Everybody, all four of them.
All of us out. So we're walking out, but on my way out, I see a phone on the floor. I pick it up, put it in my pocket. It wasn't mine. I thought it might have been Cynthia's. So I was like, okay, picked it up, walked on out. So we got out, and that's what happened when we got out. They were like, tell us what happened. We told them what happened, that the whole story. And they was like, okay, you want to go in, finish the thing? We was like, yeah. We went back in. So we're back in. The two girls, they was like, thank you so much. Sorry that happened to you. We're so sorry. Everybody, we come in there. Everybody saying, we're so sorry that happened to you guys. We're so sorry. And we was like, no problem. And so I said, Cynthia, did you drop your phone? She said, I got my phone right here.
Yeah, don't go into the phone story.
Yeah, Cynthia said, I got my phone right here. And I was like, okay. And so we go back. I'm not even going to go into the phone story, but we go back to the concert, and we're having a good time. Everybody apologized to us. I don't know why they were apologizing, because they didn't have nothing to do with it. Yeah. So, but they felt bad because it seemed like we was just targeted, because we was pretty much the only African American people that was right there, and it felt like that.
And they picked the right ones.
And they picked the right ones that day.
But you've been waiting for something like that to pop off for a little while. You keep a little bit of aggression. Yeah.
But I didn't even fight. I didn't even do it.
That's true. But you didn't have to at that point.
Well, I didn't, because the girl was drunk, and I didn't want to be like, okay, I know she's drunk, and I could have just pulverized her because.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't going to do that. I could have really hurted her, and I wasn't going to do that. So, they got ejected like they should have. Yeah. And we enjoyed the concert.
Yeah, we did.
And it was an awesome concert. But everybody had that on video. The girl said, I got everything on video. I'll send it to you. And I still got it. I still got it on video.
I seen the video of Cynthia and the other girl on the ground going at it, going ham.
She said, what's your phone number? And the girl said, I'm going to send it to you. And she sent it to me, and she was like, yeah, that was something. I'm pretty sure a lot of people had it.
Send me that video, and I'll try and put it in on this. I'll try and clip it in if I can.
So, and a lot of people probably had a video of that.
Yeah.
Of that night. But, and I just was hoping that Cynthia wasn't going to get in trouble, because she's in the military, and she's in the Marines and everything. And, if somebody's seen that, and,
I mean, Marines are a little different than the Navy, of course, but at the same time, I think that, you know, she was protecting herself. It was justified. You know, she got swung on first. She was actually standing up for somebody else.
Yes.
There was nothing. She was not in the wrong by any means at that point.
No.
She did her best to de-escalate the situation, you know, and it's not her fault that she had to defend herself.
No.
Yeah. But like, you know, the concert we did at the Wharf, it was the Halloween concert, wasn't it? No, was it Halloween? No, that wasn't. No, because you wore a costume that time. Mm-hmm. It was another concert. And this was in the height of COVID. This was like middle of COVID. Florida was different. We did not shut down, thank the Lord. But this was in the middle of COVID. We was at a concert at the Wharf. Mm-hmm. We had really good seats, and the seats next to us were open.
Well, it was handicapped seats.
Next to us, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was handicapped seats next to us.
Right, that's what, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're enjoying the concert, and while we're enjoying the concert, it was, what,
So
4?
it was 2 girls originally that just came down.
Right, they came down
and I
and
just
sat
thought
down.
maybe they just came down just to see, you know, for a little bit, just stand there, whatever. And then there was 3 more girls that came.
Yeah.
down.
And so the seat was open. Not a big deal. Whatever.
And
They
I
came
didn't
down,
care.
sat in the seats, whatever. That's fine. They're over there. But they started pushing up closer and closer. And next thing you know, they're like pushing her out of her seat almost. You know, and then wondering why we're complaining about it, you know.
And so I didn't say anything to them because I know me.
Yeah.
So I said, to alleviate any problems, I'm going to go get somebody that works here and tell them the situation, because, yeah, this is a bit much now. And it was COVID. And I was like, why are y'all on top of me? And, you know, I paid for these seats. And so I told somebody that worked there, and I just went, and I did it like trying to do it on the down low. I went all the way across, walked all the way over here. I was like, you know, can someone come? You know, there's some people that sit in seats that they shouldn't be. And now I didn't have a problem with that, with them sitting there. And I could care less. But now they're, you know, being in my area. And now I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, she's following me. She said, I'm going to keep walking and you go that way. And you just show me where you was sitting at and where. So I walked up to where I'm sitting. I did like this. And then she came up the other way and she said, hello, hey, how are you doing? She said, do you guys have, is these you guys seats? Do you guys have
she
tickets?
asked to see the tickets.
Can I see your tickets for these seats? She's like, and the one girl's like, no, our seats is up there. She said, okay, well, I'm gonna need y'all to go back up there to where your seats are. You know, if none of you guys have seats here. And so the one girl was staring at me.
Always one.
And I guess she must have put 2 and 2 together, because when I left and I came back and then she came, and so she was like, what'd she say? She said, bitch.
Something stupid.
She said,
like,
bitch,
yeah,
you didn't have
stupid.
to go tell. You could have said something. And I said, who is she talking to? I said, I know she's not talking to me. She said, yeah, I'm talking to you. I said, I know you're not talking to me. And so the lady tried to de-escalate it. She's like, hey, okay. None of that. She said, just go to your seats and, you know, whatever. And she was, she was like, one of the friends was like, come on, let's just go to our seats. And when she's walking and I turn around, I'm still looking at the concert. I'm just like this. And she come up behind. She's like, bitch, next time let her say something. And I was like, girl, just keep it moving. Girl, just go. Keep it moving, whatever. And so I'm standing there trying to enjoy the concert.
These are metal bleachers. Going up, by the way. You know.
So I'm standing there and I'm standing up and I'm like enjoying the concert, and I hear,
you just hear it, boom, 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 boom,
like
boom.
something running. And so I turn around, here's this girl come running, trying to charge at me.
Her friends grab her.
Her friends grab her. Mm-hmm. They grabbed her.
Yeah.
Because I turned around so fast. He did. I turned around so fast, and I was ready. And I was just like, really? She's like, bitch. She's like, I'm gonna fuck you up and blah, 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 blah. And her friend said, why you always gotta start trouble?
Exactly.
You always gotta be the one. Every time we go out, you start in trouble with somebody. She said, would you leave that lady alone? She's like, before you get us kicked out. And she's like, I'm tired of your shit all the time, always. And
not to mention the 4 cops standing down there
the 4
in front
cops
of us
just
watching.
standing there just
Didn't
watching,
do shit,
didn't
just
do
watching
nothing,
it.
just watching. And so I politely said, loud enough so they can hear, I told him, I said, next time she come down here and charge at me like that, I'ma beat the shit out of her. And I dare anybody to say something, because y'all ain't saying nothing now, so don't say nothing later when I beat the hell out of her.
Exactly.
And so then next thing I know, I see the cops walking up the thing, going up there to where they at.
Yep.
And so they was up there with them or whatever. And then they came back down to me. They's like, ma'am, you ain't got to worry about any of them coming back down here to bother you again.
The concert was already ruined for me. I wasn't even watching it. I was watching the stands.
And I was like too pissed off. So it was like, and I was sitting there plotting, just like literally.
That's the only reason I was watching. I was watching
over.
So that if they came down, I could say, "Hey, baby, here they come." And
no. And I wasn't watching. I was just sitting there thinking in my mind, plotting, just looking, waiting for one of them to go to the bathroom or something. Because I was going to go to the bathroom, and I was going to beat the shit out of them, because I was like up to here. Now I was pissed off.
It had it. We done ruined the concert.
I was like just waiting, kept looking. He's like, babe, no. He knew. He knew. He was like,
let's just get on out of here. Let's just go. Let's go get something to eat. We'll go down to Old Choppers and get some wings.
I would. Why? It's always.
It is always a country concert.
A country concert.
Everybody wants to fight.
They get drunk and they want to fight. And then they mess with the wrong one, because I am not the 1, the 2, or the 3. I'm just like, I'm so tired of it. I'm just like, ugh. So we went to Old Choppers, so I calmed down. But I was looking for them in there. I said, I wish they come in here. I said, well, it would be ironic if they came in here.
Yeah, it would be ironic. Yeah.
And but no, nothing happened. We ended up ate there, had a little good time, and we went home. But
it ruined the concert, though. It did. And I mean, like I said, I'm not a concert person, but that's one thing that just kills. Because I go on high alert, and that's it. Like, I can't enjoy myself no more. I
don't know, but the Halloween concert that we went, and it was Jason Aldean, and that one was a good one. That was a good one. And I was dressed as Catwoman, and everybody wanted to take pictures with me.
Everybody was taking pictures with you.
Yeah, so that one was a good one. These little girls that was sitting, over from us, they kept staring, and then finally their mom came. They said, "Excuse me, my daughter's been admiring your costume all night, and they want to take a picture with you." I was like, "Sure." I took a picture with them and everything. It was pretty nice.
It was.
So it was a nice concert, and no problems, no fights, no nothing, no problems. That was a good one. We had many more, of it, and with Brent Young and all that, and was that her name? Something Rose.
Oh, I can't think of her name. Kind of tomboyish.
Yeah, something Rose. Lily Rose. Lily Rose.
She was really good.
And
then she came and sat down with Rose next to us,
And then I got pictures with her. Me and her got pictures together.
Hanging out watching the concert with us. It was her, and it was, what's the other guy's name? Because he's kind of become famous now, too. I can't think of his name. But it was actually a pretty good group of guys.
Yeah, it was a good concert.
It was the guy that sang, I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. I can't think of his name.
So that was good. So we have had some great experiences with concerts and stuff. I'm trying to think any other concerts that was like really good that was here.
That was here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. I think you covered them all. Between the Wharf and the Civic Center.
I went to the Keith Sweat concert.
We did?
Keith Sweat concert.
I don't think I went to that
I
one.
don't think you went.
That was before me.
Yeah, I went to the Keith Sweat concert that was here. It was pretty. It was all right. Keith, thank God, it like he used to. Yeah, it was all right. But it was Keith Sweat, and it was what's the group with the short black guy with the bald head? He got the high tone voice.
Not really descriptive for me. What kind of music, first off?
There's a meeting in our bedroom. There's a meeting in our bedroom.
Oh. Okay, I know the song.
Girl, don't be late.
Yeah, I know the song. Don't know the group.
Them, I cannot think of their name, but they were in concert, and I got to talk to him personally. They came off stage on the sideline, he came and I was at the sidebar, and we just was like talking back and forth, and he was on crutches. And I was like, what happened? He's like, I twisted my ankle or something.
Now, did he talk with the high voice? Or
no.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm. He didn't talk with the high voice. But he sang with the high voice.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he didn't talk. He was real down to earth, just talking, just general talk, not,
Yeah.
not trying to hit on me or nothing, just talking. Like, hey, how you enjoying the concert? And blah, blah, blah.
I found that most time when you meet celebrities like that, they're usually pretty down to earth. They are pretty calm and cool. Mm-hmm. Unless, like some of the ones that like to party a whole lot, and they're usually halfway drunk by the time they get done with the concert, Flo Rida concert.
Yeah, that was memorable.
Yeah.
And only because I was on stage with Flo.
You
Flo
and
Rida,
every other royalty
and
member of the Mardi Gras court of Pensacola.
Yeah, we was all up there. I got video pictures. I got so much.
They were passing out champagne bottles and shots of tequila.
Bottles of Patron and everything. We was like,
yeah,
that was a good concert too.
We had front row.
Because I was on stage and I was like, yes.
It was a good show. It really was.
He did. He put on a good show.
And it was all for Mardi Gras.
It was all for Mardi Gras.
I don't think the Mardi Gras organization would ever made their money back from that show, but it was a good concert.
Yeah.
The attendance wasn't what they expected.
Mm-hmm. They thought it was gonna be sold out or something, but it wasn't. It wasn't. But but that was always his dream for a Flo Rida to come.
Yeah.
To Pensacola.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's all he kept saying. That was all my dream. Yeah. And he made it happen. He said, "I made it happen."
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good one right there.
Well, maybe they'll keep it going and it'll grow. That's really what it's all about. Starting when you're doing something like that, an event or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that again.
Well, I mean, if you're doing an event and you want it to grow, you've got to be consistent with it. So
yeah,
I'm sure they lost a lot of money though.
Yeah, they did. They lost money on that one, but it was fun. We had fun.
Yeah, we did. We had a good time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so concerts, yeah.
There are benefits to being the husband of the Mardi Gras queen, so.
Yeah, that was a good ring.
Yeah.
Good ring. It's over. I'm not on the crew anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
That
was a pretty rough fallout. And yeah.
And I just don't do fake people, and so I can't get on board with this. So
we find that. And it's not just with the Mardi Gras crew. It's all around. We find that things aren't always what they seem when you got a group of people together trying to do something. It always seems like it ends up getting ruined by somebody and other people not speaking up and standing up and, making
I'm always
right.
going to stand up for myself.
Yeah, and that always puts us on the out. That usually puts us on the out when it comes to group things.
Well, not really, because when I left, a lot of people left. So
yeah, but I'm not talking about specifically the Mardi Gras crew.
But I'm always going to stand up.
I'm talking about other things.
And I'm always going to stand up for others that don't stand up. So that's one of my downfalls too.
That typically puts us on the out. So
yeah, I got a lot of people that loves me, so that like
yes,
me.
you do.
That
Yes,
like
you do.
me, that love me, because I don't start nothing. I will never start anything, but I'm outspoken, and I'm gonna stand up for myself, and I'm gonna stand up for my friends. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna,
And you do. That's one of those things I admire about you. And it falls in line with like your restaurant standards and things like that. I do admire that about you. You don't give in. You stick to your guns on what you believe in and what you feel is right, and that's the way it's going to go. And there's a lot of times when you pick anything, you're dealing with some company over a bill, whatever. It doesn't matter. Everybody's had those long, drawn-out episodes where you had to go through customer service to talk to a manager, to talk to another manager, to deal with this and then deal with that. Then you got to submit paperwork and whatever. She don't let up. I 100%. I admire that about her.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, I'm going to do it.
She will 100% go through everything and one of the most hilarious things I've ever, and I watch you do this. So like you'll get on the phone with somebody in like customer service, and they'll be like, yes ma'am, your bill is $275, whatever, and you're like, I don't know that money, that's not my bill. And then they're like, oh, yes, ma'am. Well, it's from this and this and this. And you're like, well, that's not my problem. You guys, billed the insurance wrong or whatever it is. And then like silence. And you are comfortable sitting in that silence for 15 minutes while the person on the other phone tries to figure out what the hell to do. Because they expect her to come in and like give in at some point, but she just sits in the silence. And every single time it works. Well, ma'am, we decided we're going to look at this and every single time.
I'll be like, okay. Yes, because I was like, no, it's not my fault, especially medical bills. It's not my fault if you billed it wrong and you didn't get paid for it, and now you want to bill me. No, that's what I pay for insurance for.
Exactly.
And if you billed it wrong, that's on you. That's not on me. You're not going to make me suffer and have to pay because you built something wrong. I'm sorry. No, I paid my copay.
And
I'm not paying anymore.
Bring up 6 months, 12 months worth of
bills.
Receipts and bills to show everything. Here it is.
I got receipts.
Yep, here it is. And they can't argue with it. Eventually they're like, oh, well, we'll try again.
No, they be like, can you fax that to me? Sure will. I got receipts. I'll fax it to you. I email it to you, fax it to you, whatever you want. I got receipts because I'll keep everything. And he was like, why are you holding on to this? Because it might come back. I was like, you never know if something's going to come back and they're going to be like, oh, well, and stuff. And 2020, a medical bill, 2020, I'm like, I got
4
receipts.
years ago, yeah. They tried it. I
got receipts right in my file. Here we go. No, I don't know that. I said, and my insurance company said, I do not owe and I don't need to pay that. Well, can you fax that to us? I'll email it to you. What's the email address? And I will send you this paper that my insurance company said I do not owe because you didn't get the bill, the claim in a timely manner. No.
My mom says she's like a pit bull when it comes to that kind of stuff because she don't let go. She will not, whether it's, and when it comes to them boys, when it comes to our kids, son, they done mess with the wrong one if they think they gonna get over on her about them kids.
That's either the boys, even my adult daughters.
Yes.
No, you're not about to mess with my kids, period.
Nope. No. I think that's a good topic for another day, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and cut us off for the evening.
Okay.
Been good talking to you guys, and we'll see you next time.